But I'm gonna say if he wins this ring, is Patrick Mahomes the greatest quarterback of all, or the greatest player of all time?
So with the things I value, like talent, statistical dominance, being able to step up in the playoffs when the moments are biggest. This guy, Patrick Mahomes, ever since he came in as a starter, 5K, 50 tuds, he's been consistently the best quarterback in the league in the big moments throughout the regular season. He's done it with the talent, without the talent. In my opinion, he's the most talented quarterback we've ever seen. I feel like he's done enough already within this short period of time, within these 7 years, especially if he goes on to win a Super Bowl and beat some of the teams that he beat, that he's done enough to be the GOAT, in my opinion. So, yes, I would have him as the GOAT if he wins this year.
I think Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback I've ever seen in my life, bro. I think he is. I think he's the most talented player I ever seen play quarterback. When it comes to arm talent, when it comes to that. But am I ready to put him as the GOAT yet? No. I think, okay, if he wins this one, it's a whole different, like, that's what I feel like. Like, for me, he has
it's like
to
a real
like, he has to win it. Yeah, it's a real conversation if he really wins it. But I won't be mad at nobody. But Brady, to me, had a dominance of almost 19 to 20.
21, 22.
I think the only thing Patrick Mahomes is missing from his resume is longevity.
Right.
That's the only thing I think he's missing is longevity. And I think for Brady to sustain his dominance for so long, it's a goal, and to say that he couldn't do it without Belichick.
When it comes to Mahomes and Brady, Brady does nothing better than Mahomes, bro.
You can't you can't go over to 4 Super Bowls like that, man.
So the time Rodgers had a top defense, he won a Super Bowl. Every time these other dudes all the time these dudes won a Super Bowl, they had top defenses to go along with it. Rodgers only had one time he had a top defense, and he won the Super Bowl.
So can I?
Come on, bro.
Can I say my opinion?
7 Super Bowls.
Go ahead, Stat. No, let go, Stat. Go ahead, Stat.
Stat, 7 Super Bowls gonna get you at least 2 years before people start trying to replace you as the GOAT. Like, that's crazy. Montana had 20 years being the GOAT, bro. 5 Super Bowls.
Stat, you can't use that argument, Stat, because look, people will call. No, hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. After 28-3, people were legitimately calling him the GOAT. So he had more than 2 years. I understand that, even me, and I'm a Brady fan, I understand that I would like some more time, but now that he's retired, but people were calling him the GOAT. Every pass he threw, people were still calling him the GOAT after 28. Let's not sit here and be disingenuous about that.
I want my own.
But at the same time, but at the same time, look, it was going to happen eventually. Like, even I know, Lonnie would tell you, Early would tell you, Hellfire would tell you, Brady wasn't going to be the GOAT forever. Somebody was going to come up and take his spot eventually.
Right. It just happened sooner.
Not have been the right name to make.
Nobody thought it happened literally as he's retiring out the league.
Mahomes.
Can y'all hear me now?
Other quarterbacks like him are never going to be able to be the GOAT as long as they're profiting off a quarterback play being dumbed down. Ever. They're not passing Brady. They're not passing Montana. They're not passing Steve Young.
Steve Young.
Can you explain?
Dude. Explain,
can you explain real quick? Explain that real quick.
Oh, gladly. I'm going to put a little gist of it because this is what my Substack's on that I mentioned before the show. It's the fact that way too many things that would still be considered really good for quarterbacks to have are getting criticized. We are hearing the Brock Purdy game manager tag, even though it's getting more and more of a negative connotation. Purdy is to a point where he's moving out of the pocket as much as doing it the right amount. He is making plays with his legs. He's pushing the ball down the field. And he's getting taxed for being a game manager and a yak merchant because of the fact that people hate seeing passes less than 10 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage. That's number one on how this era is being.
Patrick Mahomes did it for years.
Quarterback plays being dumbed down. And fun fact on that, Purdy has less yak per completion this year than the last 6 MVPs, which includes Mahomes, both of his.
My nigga Rain Man, he be coming with the stats. My nigga Rain Man.
Number 2.
We gotta fact check that.
The way that formations are being predicated and changed in this era, the presence of going under the center is getting to become a lost art. And with that, and with the game being more shotgun predicated, we are getting more and more quarterbacks coming down the pipeline that are becoming RPO dependent to where it hinders their development. And that's one of the big things about the last generational talent that got drafted a couple years ago. He was too RPO dependent and it hindered his talent and hindered his development. I saw it as an official flaw with Hurts, because look at the way that the scheme changed to where he's asked to be more of a drop passer. He can't do it. Kyler Murray, when he was under center, couldn't do it as much. This is why they went back to more of the shotgun style under Jonathan Gannon, even though that was not the intended plan.
Take your time, Hellfire. Take your time.
Even though I was high on Tua's highs this year, Tua's lows reinforced that he could potentially be RPO dependent, because we've seen how he looks when that first read isn't open. When DBs play press, he's screwed.
Right.
And
I've been trying to say that.
That's facts. That's facts.
I've been trying to say that.
And I'm not finished yet. I had to catch myself some wind here because I was talking too fast on myself.
Right.
What does this have to do with Mahomes? As long as he is benefiting from this while being crowned the 2021's best quarterback when he couldn't read cover 2, that's when this has something to do with Mahomes. That's number one.
So how far? Where you got Mahomes? Like 4, right? 4 or 5?
No, 2021.
That's how you talk,
2021 he was on.
No, now on. That's
I'm talking about the GOAT. I'm talking about GOAT conversation. Where you got him?
Oh, GOAT conversation. The highest he'll ever be able to get is 4.
Of course,
I hear you. I understand what he's saying, because the style
That's
of the game.
That's a real slap on the knee there, buddy.
You know, the style of the game is changing and stuff. But at the end of the day, fellas, Hellfire, some of the things that you just said is why I think why he's so great. You said that Patrick Mahomes couldn't read cover 2. Bro couldn't read a defense and sleptwalk into 50 and 5,000. That's not a fluke. That's not just Andy Reid. That's not just the system. Please, I'm rocking with. I hear you, Hellfire. You made some cool points. I'm not mad at it at all. But when you look at Patrick Mahomes, I feel like I think you're being almost a little disingenuous to the pace that which he's entered this league at. In terms of just if we completely just took away the career, like let's take away the years he's played in the league, he already has a 20-15 year career just off the accolades with the achievements. You know what I'm saying?
No. Do I think that he's the definitive all-time greatest of all time at this moment, even if he wins the third one? Not necessarily, due to the longevity. But what we're not going to sit here and do, Hellfire, is we're not going to knock Patrick Mahomes' all-time great success in his first 7 years and say that the only reason why that happened is because he's beneficiary towards how the game is played. Because I don't understand that stuff. Because you're acting like when Tom Brady was drafted into – wait, listen, you can explain further once I get my points off. But 2003, when Tom Brady was drafted, nobody thought Tom Brady could ever be a quarterback who would win 1 Super Bowl, let alone 7.
Tom Brady was drafted in 2003.
Listen to whenever he was 2001 or whenever 2000, whatever he was drafted. I thought he'd be that good. And this is my point: is that you want to sit here and knock the man for not taking the flat check down enough. That's your problem with Patrick Mahomes, because and all of the stuff that you get mad about and the reasons why you didn't put Patrick Mahomes QB1 more than one time tightens up in the playoffs. I'm seeing him against the Ravens do everything you say that he doesn't do. Like you're talking about Brady's ability to read audibles and stuff. What was that? What about that screen pass to Rashid Rice that went 40 yards? That's literally audible from Mr. Patrick Mahomes. Go back at the tape and look at it. So that type of stuff is you're being completely disingenuous. And as G-Baby continues to say on Press Box, Tom Brady was not considered the GOAT until he won against the Legion of Boom. Okay? And this is the biggest thing that is in proponent to why Mahomes should be put in the conversations with Brady as the GOAT. And this is my point, is that there should be a conversation. The first 7 years of his career, he went to the AFC Championship game every year. He went to the Super Bowl every year, and he's won 3. His first 7 years in the NFL, he clears Tom Brady.
Brady's teams in his division in his first 6-7 years had better records by a good margin as well, number one. And number two, he had harder roads to the playoffs featuring in his first 7 years than what Mahomes has now. 2000, the road to the playoffs in 2004, where he had to beat the 15-1 Steelers on the road.
Okay.
But when I said that I would explain more as to why he benefits so much, like I said, and it's not just him. There's others that benefit off of this. Yeah, it was rookie Big Ben. That was 15-1.
Thank you, Dev.
And he beat on the road. So, like I said, Mahomes is not the only one that benefits off this. There's others that benefit off of it down the line. They're not going to be able to pass it just because of how much they benefit off of it being easier. It's not just the taking the checkdowns. It's not just the element of pre-snap. I'm not harping as much on the pre-snap. Like, this isn't 2000, this isn't 05, this isn't 09. Okay. I'm not trying to sit here and ask for, I'm not sitting here trying to ask for a bunch of pre-snap. I'm not. I've already succumbed to the fact that that's probably not going to come back, and that's fine.
Go, my bad, bro.
You're making it seem sound like it's so fucking easy. I'm sorry.
No,
it's so easy to do what Mahomes
is
doing, bro. We forget. Nigga, Brady just retired last year. Brady wasn't dominating these average quarterbacks, these RPO dependent quarterbacks. He wasn't going to 6 straight conference championships like Patrick Mahomes was. No other quarterback has done what Patrick Mahomes has done, even within this era that you're talking about, bro. We see all these other elite quarterbacks struggle to get to the promised land like Patrick Mahomes has consistently done. Like, you can't just blame it on him not having a different style of quarterbacks he has to play against. Because let's be honest, Tom Brady wasn't always being these top tier elite quarterbacks. He wasn't. He got a dub versus. He lost to Nick Foles and fucking Eli
10
Manning.
straight years.
Those aren't elite quarterbacks, bro.
10 straight years, no Super Bowl.
Those aren't elite quarterbacks, bro. That's what I'm saying. He also had a dark period throughout his career.
If you took Brady's the best 6 seasons in his career, any 6, take the best 6 in his career, and we take the 6 straight. Just take the first 6 seasons straight of Mahomes. He's going band for band with him. I want you to know that. He's going band for band with him, because when Tom Brady, when he first came on the scene, was winning games with 150 yards and a lot of handoffs, you still think that was solid. You still think that was him reading defenses and playing at a high level.
We're talking about what?
Brady versus Mahomes. But if Mahomes is out here not knowing how to read defense, still giving your defense 350 and all they can have, and don't even know how to read the shell, can't give a post-snap adjustment, and he's giving you 4 touchdowns, 350.
Fuck y'all, chat.
And Brady is going out here 150, maybe a touchdown, a bunch of handoffs to the running back, bro. Bro, at the end of the day, when Brady first got into the NFL, he didn't definitively become the best quarterback of the era or who he was until the 2010s. There were still people who thought, if you ask certain people, Jalen Carter for certain, and thought that Peyton Manning was a better quarterback than Tom Brady for a long time. Now, when I look at Patrick Mahomes, from the moment he started, the moment he was an NFL starter to this point, he took the baton as the top 3 best guys in the world, bro. Man, you came out of the Super Bowl. You came out of year 1. He was top 3, bro. By year 2, it took you a few games in the year 2. You had no doubt, bro.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. The player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.